Welcome everybody to today where we celebrate the memorial of Saint Kateri. Today, if we pay very close attention to the Holy Gospel, notice the powerful words to which Jesus had stated in the city of Chorazin and Bethsaida, to which he said, "Woe to you." That seems like a powerful accusation, but we have to really ask ourselves, why did Jesus say those words? Did Jesus say those words so that he can go and offend the other people? Is he trying to place shame into other people to the point where they really should not like Jesus? Why is it that Jesus had stated, "Woe to you"? If we are to think about it, his intention is not to make enemies. That is not his intention. Because Jesus had came down to the world so that he loves each and every one of us here. So really, the main reason as to why Jesus had stated, "Woe to you, Chorazin, woe to you, Bethsaida," is because he wants each and every one of us here to go and embrace this change. A power to go and change ourselves so that each and every one of us here can work to become better individuals ourselves. Hence, when he said, "Woe to you," it is an opportunity for each and every one of us here to go back and reflect upon how we are living our journey of faith. How sometimes we can start to continue to fall apart, where Jesus had stated to each and every one of us, "Woe to us." So the question is, how do we continue to respond to it? Do we continue to take offense at Jesus, who knowingly enough, Jesus had loved each and every one of us here? Or do we continue to want to understand why he's saying it and what we can do in order for us to be able to change ourselves? And if we look closely at the lines of today's Holy Gospel, notice that Jesus is talking about the deeds to which it is more tolerable for each and every one of us that if we do this deed, we place a positive influence. So here, Jesus wants each and every one of us here to consider loving God by loving other people. So how much do we continue to serve the Lord when it comes to being able to really understand our faith? Because sometimes we fail to understand why we are serving, and sometimes we may also lead other people astray from the Lord himself. But Jesus invites each and every one of us here to reflect upon ourselves and really consider, how can we turn ourselves? How can we continue to repent? How can we continue to return ourselves to the Lord so that the Lord can continue to love each and every one of us here? That in and of itself is one of the biggest questions that the Lord continues to place before each and every one of us, so that each and every one of us here can go to recognize the Lord's calling, because the Lord loves each and every one of us here to the point where he continued to die for each and every one of us. But when we continue to fall apart, we really need to consider, what is the Lord trying to state to each and every one of us? He wants all of us here to change. He wants all of us here to go to continue to live a holy life, so that each and every one of us here can go to continue to unite ourselves with Christ, especially as we continue to prepare for the next kingdom, for yet there is to come. And if we pay very close attention to Saint Kateri, we notice that she also dedicated her life to service, to which she fulfilled the Christian needs, which is providing support for the community. And notice how the gospel and the saint really connects hand in hand, and how the Lord is calling each and every one of us here to serve. When we serve, not only do we serve, but we also impose a positive influence. We allow other people to be drawn closer to the Lord so that His kingdom can continue to be built. So today, the Lord challenges each and every one of us here to change our ways of how we think, change the ways of how we act, because sometimes each and every one of us here, including myself, can be considered reluctant to change, as sometimes we are hard-headed, as sometimes we really, really need the Lord to tell each and every one of us here, woe to us, not as a sign of taking offense, but as a sign to really change the way we act, the way we behave, the way we think, so that each and every one of us here can go to unite ourselves with the Lord, especially as we continue to progress throughout our journey of faith. So thank you to each and every one of you guys for taking the time to listen to today's reflection, and for more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below any questions that you may have about the faith. Thank you.